Well, hey everybody, I want to say welcome to you to the Substance-Related and Addictive Disorders online class. My name is Glenn Killian and I am the instructor for this class. Some of you I already know because you have been in class with me before, but others of you are brand new to taking classes with me, and so I want to say welcome to you regardless of whether you've been with me before or whether this is your first time. I want to say welcome to you. And I wanted to post a little introduction video, a little orientation video as we kind of get started for this class and just make sure that we are all on the same page together. Many of you are now veterans of taking online classes. I'm sure there's a lot of different students in this class, and this is not your first time with an online class. You've actually probably been in lots of online classes. But also too, my hunch is we probably have several students, this may be your first time or maybe your first semester in taking online classes, because that's really what a lot of your option is now with our pandemic and everything going on. We're offering a lot of online classes. And so I just wanted to make sure that we kind of got off on the right foot and got going in the right direction. So I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you and your family are surviving all these unusual times. Glad that you signed up for this class. I hope that you won't let some of the disruptions get you off track on whatever degree you're pursuing or whatever classes that you're pursuing. But I wanted to just say welcome to you, and this is the Substance-Related and Addictive Disorders class. This class used to be called Introduction to Alcohol and Other Drugs. It was one of the very first classes I taught years ago when I was an adjunct instructor. And back then, like I said, it was called Intro to Alcohol and Other Drugs. And then somewhere along the way, someone at the state level changed the name to Substance-Related and Addictive Disorders. This is what we call a survey class. And a survey class is where we kind of take a survey of a wide number of things. But the main thing we do in this class is we just cover in a very, very basic level the different classes and types of substances and drugs. And so many of you are taking this class because you are a drug and alcohol counseling student, and you're taking this class because it's required for your associate's degree. Others of you are taking this class as an elective. This is a really good elective class to take, because what we do here is we just kind of make sure that everyone has a good handle and understanding of the different types of substances and drugs that are out there in our world today that people oftentimes use or experiment with. Some are legal, some are illegal. We're going to talk about both legal and illegal substances in this class. So it's a good little overview survey class. And that's kind of what this class is. Again, used to be called, this is a good title for Introduction to Alcohol and Other Drugs. Some of the information that you're going to learn in this class, my hunch, is going to be a repeat for you. Some of what we cover in here, especially if you're a drug and alcohol counseling student, maybe information you already know. Maybe you've already covered some of what we talk about in this class. For example, if you've already taken your pharmacology of addiction class, some of what we cover in this class may be a little bit of a repeat for you. But my hunch is that there's going to be some new information for you. And for a lot of us, for a lot of you, this is going to be maybe new information, or maybe the first time you've heard it presented a certain way. So that's what this class is. It's a good survey, substance abuse, drug and alcohol class, basically. So that's kind of what the class is. It is what it says it is. A 16-week class. We start here in August. We go all the way until December. And if you have already found the syllabus of the class, you see that the way we have it set up is we have 11 different modules, starting with Module 1 next week. This week, the week of August the 24th, we have an opening week module, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. But as far as the actual content of the class, 11 different modules that we're going to cover one by one per week, where we're just going to kind of follow the outline of our textbook, and we're going to spend a week talking about alcohol, and then a week talking about tobacco, and then a week talking about medicines, both prescribed and over the counter. We're going to spend a week talking about the opioids, and we're going to talk about the sedatives and the hallucinogens, just some different drug classes to make sure that you have a good overview and understanding of what those are. And we're going to do that over the course of this semester, 11 different modules, one per week, basically starting next week on August the 31st. So that is how the class kind of is organized, is kind of set up. If you've been with me before in any of my online classes, you will very, very quickly realize that this class is set up like most of my other online classes that you have taken with me. So I mentioned the syllabus a second ago. One of the things I want to make sure you do is make sure you go and you find the syllabus. If you've never taken an online class before, the syllabus is really important, especially in online classes. Now, the syllabus is important in any class, but especially in an online class, you're going to want to make sure that you kind of know how the class is set up, what the due dates are, what the assignments are, all of that. So I've got the syllabus posted for you. That ought to be one of the first things you do, is to go and make sure and take a look at the syllabus, because it gives us our guide for the semester. So make sure that you have done that. When you look at the syllabus, you're going to see that we operate on a Monday to Monday format in this class. So what will happen every single Monday afternoon is I will make available for you the next module, or a module, and you will have all week long to basically review that module, go through and read all the PowerPoint slides, read the lecture notes that I've posted for you, look at all the videos. You have the whole week from Monday to Monday to do that work. You'll see at the end of every single module, there's a discussion question. Really, it's a series of several smaller discussion questions. And you're going to respond to those discussion questions by uploading your responses to the discussion board. And that is due, if you want full credit for those discussion question responses, you have to have that posted by noon on the next Monday after I post the module. You'll also see too, in addition to a discussion question every week, there's a homework assignment. The homework assignment is my way of making sure that you have reviewed my notes and the textbook reading. Usually about 10 to 15 questions, a little written assignment with every single module. That is also due by noon on the following Monday. So Monday to Monday format, I do not care when you log in. You can log in at your convenience anytime between Monday and Monday, as long as you have your work done, the work that you are required to do every week, the discussion question and the homework, by noon on Monday. So let me highlight that again too, also this. In my classes, the key hour, the magic hour is 12 o'clock noon, not midnight. That's occasionally kind of confusing for students because I know sometimes professors will have something due by midnight. In my classes, the due time is always 12 o'clock p.m. noon, not midnight. Usually, at least once in every class I teach, usually it's with the first exam or the first assignment, someone will turn something in at 10:30 p.m. on Monday thinking that it's on time and it's already late because they're thinking they've missed the idea that everything in my class is due, these classes are due by noon. So notice that. I want you to grab it. Don't miss that. So with every module, your discussion question and your homework assignment is due by noon on Monday. We're going to have 3 different exams. You'll see that in the syllabus. Those exams on their dates, they open at noon and they close at noon. You're also going to do a couple of written assignments for me along the way, and those are also due at noon on their days, right? So 12 noon, not midnight, is the magic hour. You'll also see in the first part of the opening week module, a little information page, and also on the syllabus, I give you information about the textbook for our class. The book we use for our class is called Drugs in Perspective. It is by an author by the name of Richard Fields. It's published by McGraw-Hill, and we use the 9th edition. Not to be too confusing, there is a brand new 10th edition that has just come out. I've already heard from one of you has emailed me in the last couple of days saying, hey, listen, I went to buy my book and there's a 10th edition available on Amazon. Do I need the 9th or the 10th? The 9th edition is the book we use. It's a little cheaper, which is a good deal, than the 10th edition. So Drugs in Perspective by Richard Fields, 9th edition. I give you some more information about that, both in the syllabus and on the orientation page in the opening week module. But you will need the textbook for this class. If you do not already have the book, go ahead and get it ordered. You can order it a used copy through Amazon. You can rent a copy. You can get an online ebook. However you want to do it, you're going to need the book. This is a great book. I like the textbook. This Fields book that we use in this class is a very, very good book. I like it. It's got lots of good relevant information related to the role of substances in society and families, and as well as giving some good information about pharmacology and that kind of thing. So get the Drugs in Perspective book, 9th edition, because you will need it. So most of you are watching this video on the week of August the 24th. Module 1, kind of our real lectures, starts next week, the week of August the 31st. But this week you have work to do, an opening week module. After you get the syllabus, get the information on the textbook, I want you to go to the opening week module. You'll see it in the content section. This is where you're watching this video probably, right? I've just got posted for you just some basic orientation information that I want you to look at. But for this week, here's what I want you to do in this class. After you review the syllabus and make sure you order your textbook if you haven't already done that, I want you to go to the personal journal assignment. I have a Dropbox loaded in this opening week module. What I want you to do this week is to write for me a very, very basic self-reflection paper, and I want you to write it up. You can type it up single space as a Word document. I give you information in the outline on how I want you to type that up, and you're going to upload it into the Dropbox by noon. There's that time again, noon on Monday the 31st. And you'll see on the outline that I give you 2 or 3 bullets that I want you to write about. This is a general, we call a survey class. So what I want you to do to kind of get us thinking, one of the things, if I was teaching this class live, one of the things that I would do probably the first week is I would give you 2 or 3 thought questions just to think about. For example, I would want you to think a little bit about your own relationship with substances or drugs or alcohol or whatever it may be. All of us have a relationship with substances. We're going to talk about that later in this class. And I want you to, and so this is for this class, this is a good class to begin thinking about, well, what is my relationship? What has my experience been? What is my current experience with substances? What about my family growing up? What was I taught? What were my experiences around substances in general? I want you just to write, I give you 2 or 3 questions about that I want you just to write up for me. You're very, very basic, just kind of some thoughts and some ideas related to who you are or kind of where you come from. I think I also have a question in there because, again, which we'll get into a little bit in this class. At any given time, at any given point in our history, there are always some what I call hot button issues, always at play in our world related to drugs and alcohol. And I think I give you maybe one of those to write a little bit about. Just give me your feedback, just your personal opinion, your personal experience. I think that's always a good thing to be kind of thinking about in a class like this, as this is kind of a survey class related to drugs and alcohol. And I know many of you are interested in working. Many of you in this class are interested in being drug and alcohol counselors one day. So so those kinds of questions are good things for us to kind of be thinking about as we kind of get into this class. So that's your first assignment for the week, is the personal journal assignment. Go through, look at those questions, write up and give me 2 or 3 paragraphs. You can single space, make sure your name is on the assignment, and save it as a Word document or PDF file or however you want to do it. Upload it into the Dropbox. It's due by noon on Monday, August the 31st. And then on the 31st, Module 1 will open. And we're going to do a little bit of introduction into drugs and alcohol in general before we get into actual substances. So that's how the class works. On the front page of the syllabus is my email address and my phone number. You can also email me here in the classroom through D2L. Many of you are used to doing that. And so we're going to get rolling, hit the ground running. I'm glad you're in the class. Hope you are prepared and ready for a great semester. I hope that you will let me know if you need anything. And I'll be posting some more videos like this in the coming weeks as we open up some of these modules so that we can have a little bit of FaceTime. Instead of you just reading my writing, you can also hear from me as well too. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to class. I'll talk to you soon.